Hey, hi, how you doing? I just finished episode 21 of Hunter x Hunter. Now before you freak out and going, oh god, it's another guy who does single reviews of single episodes and make them longer than the actual episode length, that is not what this is. This is actually talking about the first arc of Hunter x Hunter. And also it's going to be a comparison between the manga and the anime, and it's basically going to be just me vlog ranting about things and stuff that I like or dislike about the series so far. So, almost dropping everything, you can call this a first impressions video. So Hunter x Hunter, I should clarify some things. I have read completed the first 4 volumes of Hunter x Hunter. If you don't know, in my update of November, I actually picked up 20 volumes of Hunter x Hunter, so if you haven't seen that, you can see my complete thing of that, and at the end of the month I'll be doing a manga collection update of the year also. So yes, and I've read to the middle of volume 5, exactly up to chapter 38, which also concludes episodes 1 through 23. Now I'm going to be looking on a website a few times, so I apologize if I'm not looking at you. So, the arc is called the Hunter Exam Arc, and it's basically about, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher names awfully, and I apologize for this, but it's about a main character named Gon, and he wants to become a hunter, and hunter are people who, they can do many different hunting things. They can hunt for gold, they can hunt for people, like, they can hunt to kill people, like assassins, they can hunt for new species, they can hunt for runes. Hunting for anything they want is pretty much the goal. But his father, named Gin, I believe? Gain? I forgot. Is his father, and he's a hunter, but we don't know really anything about him. We just see like one of these shots where we just see a mouth and like the hair, so we don't really know much about him. Just that he's a hunter, and Gon wants to become a hunter, or Gon wants to become a hunter, to just find his father, that he just doesn't know. And that's it. And on his way, he meets, sorry, this is where we butcher some names, Lero, and Caracapicia. I've read them, and I've watched the anime, and I've heard how they pronounce them, and it still doesn't click in my head. Caprica, whatever, which is the 2 main friends that he meets near the beginning, and eventually he meets another friend named Killa, or whatever you want to call him, which is the latest friend who has issues, and it pretty much goes all the way up to them meeting each other, and then going through all the hunter exams. You can compare them very similar to the Naruto exams in the beginning of Naruto, and all the way up to the very end of the exam, and then becoming hunters, and the issue that arises, and one of the main characters may disappear. So that is the sum up. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, and you just want to know the basics of this arc, that is it. We're going to get into some spoiler territory, and we're also going to get into comparisons and all this stuff. This might be a long video, this might be a short video, I don't know yet, and I apologize if you're watching this video, for many reasons. So, yes. Reading the manga first, naturally, I would like to say right off the bat, the anime does not butcher the manga. I was going to make a rant video. I basically ranted in my November update about the Toriko anime and manga on how they butcher the manga. Like, literally butcher it. And there is censorship in the Hunter x Hunter manga, but it's obvious things. There's a scene in the manga where someone gets their head cut off, but in the anime, well, not their head cut off, it's cut off and it's holding someone's hand, right? Well, in the anime, when he's doing the same thing, but it's the whole body there, I think that's the bigger piece of censorship that was in it. There's other things, like we see in the manga where a guy gets pins in his face, and it distorts his face, but in the anime we just see this up, and we know there's something wrong with his face, we don't see it. There's a scene where Killa, or whatever his name is, kills 2 men after doing a ball game with one of the leaders of the Hunter exams, And in the manga, we actually see that limbs fly off, and in the anime, we don't see any limbs fly off. And there's other things throughout the anime that have been censored, but they're little things, they make sense, but there's still like things in the show where it's like, whoa, they did that kind of thing. So, that basically that little rant thing there. Now this anime and manga, from what I've seen, mixes Naruto, it mixes Toriko, it mixes like all the big three and plus other shonen together, and that's why I think it's so popular right now. For example, there's gourmet hunters in this stupid thing. Made me wonder if it's the same universe somehow, because there's gourmet hunters, and there's the whole Toriko show is about gourmet hunters, so that's really, really weird. The whole Naruto aspect, you know, there's exams, the main character's a little kid, hunters are basically, can also be, you know, done as assassins, ninjas per se. There's even a few references to, I think, Naruto. There is a ninja guy who's also becoming a hunter in the exam, and he, it's like the Shinobi Air Village, Hidden Air Villagers, I forget, but it's obviously semi-referencing Naruto. And there's other things, like, the whole, like, there's a One Piece thing, kind of, where, like, just how the friendship aspect of the show, and finding treasure, you can find treasure as a hunter, and that whole thing. I gotta take a sip. Back to the Naruto thing. Here's a giant spoiler if you have not seen this yet. The end of the arc, Killua, whatever his name is, gets fed up and kills somebody, which you're not supposed to kill somebody in this certain exam part, kills somebody, and then runs off and he disappears. Very emo-ish. And then the whole thing with Gon trying to find his friend kind of deal is very Sasuke Naruto, and it's... I hope it doesn't drag on too long. It looks like the whole next arc might be just him trying to find his friend. I really hope it isn't the whole show. I really hope it's just a short little thing. It's all fixed. I hope, but, you know, whatever. So, yeah. Things... there's certain things I like about the show. The ending is kind of fantastic. It's like Japanese metal, like screamo metal with just normal metal mixed with like Vocaloid stuff. It's kind of great. The ending, but the opening I could care less. I usually skip the opening. It's just semi-generic shonen opening, my opinion. Like it does the whole, like, you know, wealth, fame, power kind of thing that One Piece does, except it does it in its own way. And then it does the whole intro, which is like kind of thing, and it's just, you could skip it. But the ending I like, and I'm going to be very sad when the new the new ending starts. Opening, maybe something great will happen. I don't know. There is a filler episode in this arc, and that was episode 13? I'm just gonna go to Crunchyroll, because when I see the picture, I will know. It's episode... Letter from Gon. Okay, so it's episode 13, which is the filler episode, which basically is Gon, the main character, sent a letter to his aunt who was taking care of him before he went to his journey to find his father and become a hunter. And it's basically the it just tells you what's happened to that point kind of thing that most recap episodes do. It's one of those things where if you started from episode 13 up, you know, you'd be okay, I guess, but I watched like 5 minutes of it and skipped it because I'm like, I've seen this already, kind of thing, you know. The things to note about this arc, the whole beginning when they meet each other on the boat, I liked that. What else did I like? There's a lot of stuff that I was quite iffy about. The whole hunting thing when they're hunting each other on the island, I liked that. I didn't like anything with the maze part. There's a maze part I didn't like. much about it. The gourmet part, and just before that, like 1 to 4 I like, 6 is okay, going on to, I like the whole island arc, so that's pretty much 14 to 18, and then the, okay, one of my issues with this arc, that I personally didn't like, was, I thought they were going to do a Naruto-esque thing, where the, one of the final exams, the exams, I should clarify, are, there's a running one where they have to run to point A to point B, but they don't know how long it's going to be. There's one where they get stuck in a maze, they gotta find themselves out. There's one where they have to follow the leader, but, like, it's misty and you could lose him. And there's the whole island one, and then there's the whole fighting one, fourth, I don't know. The whole part where it's a tournament fight, but there's only one loser. Whoever is the loser of all the people in this tournament is the one who won't become a hunter. I thought they were going to do we were going to see every single character's fight, and that would probably take up, like, 5 to 10 episodes, but I think it'd been really cool to see them fight and stuff. Except the very first fight is Gon versus the bad guy of the series so far, which his name is Hisoka, I believe his name is. He's this weird clown guy, he kills people with cards, he's a fucking maniac, and he's the crazy bad guy of this arc. And the fight ends. Oh no, he doesn't fight him. Sorry, he fights another guy named something with an H. He's that ninja guy I mentioned. And the fight, Gon passes out, and the other guy's like, "Oh, screw it, I give up. Let him pass, and I'll just fight someone else," kind of deal. And we miss every fight. We get a little recap of some of the fights, but we don't see, like, any of the fights, which could have taken a fight per episode. It would have made the mangaka probably really easy, I would think, to write, and you could take a break writing those really easy fights. And same as the animation, like the animators, I think it'd just be all easy on everyone, but they skip all the fights and they continue the story. Some people might really like that they skip that stuff so the story can progress, and some people might feel gypped. I feel a little gypped, but I understand why they did. We get more story this way. That's always nice. Yeah, Hisoka is a creepy bastard. One of the last lines we hear from him in this arc is, actually, someone even wrote it here. He views Gon as an unripe fruit, and he can't wait for it to become ripe. It seems like he's waiting for him to get stronger so he can fight him, kill him, use him for something, we don't know yet. And I think the big turn point of this entire arc is Killa versus his brother Illumini, which is this weird pin guy, and then he takes the pins out and his face turns into his normal guy. And it's Killa's brother, and he doesn't kill his brother, but he's so mad that he kills the next guy, and you're not supposed to kill people in the tournament, and that's when he runs away, and then Gon's now trying to find him, and all that junk. And it's, so far, almost called it Kill la Kill. Hunter x Hunter is so far really good. I recommend, if you haven't seen anything, just want to hear my opinion, whatever, I recommend watching it. It's not nearly as good as, say, something like One Piece, but it's up there with something like Naruto and Toriko and Bleach. Is it better than Naruto, Toriko, and Bleach? I can't say yet. There is some weird story elements that are not as, I guess, good as those ones, but as an enjoying factor, I like it. It's up there with those three. It's never gonna go near One Piece, though, in my opinion, and that's because I like One Piece. But even story-wise, it can't get up there. But they just became hunters. The story can now technically become a huge thing. Like each thing, like, oh, we got a job and now we have to go search for gold, or oh, I heard there's a clue for this and this. But the way they start the arc is, oh, we have to go find Killa. He's our friend. And I understand why they did it this way, but that's not how I want them to use their new hunter abilities. The new hunter abilities, with this card they get, the license, they basically have infinite money. They can basically rest for free and anywhere, eat anywhere for free, all that stuff for free. They can go to tribal for free. Passports are already all set up for them. For pretty much everywhere. They can do pretty much anything they want, and they can legally kill people. So basically, they could do anything in the story that the writer wants, and it would be really cool. But they started off doing a whole Sasuke thing. I found it weird. We'll see what happens. I have not read past the point of what I'm talking about, so I don't know what will happen next. But, yeah, the anime started in 2011 by Madhouse. Which you don't know, Death Note, I think. And it's good, and I recommend going to see it, and yeah, that's my opinions on everything.